Hello, everyone. My name is Mona Mohammed, and I'm going to share with you my experience with Pathways and Basecamp. And I'm hoping to make it easy for you, and I'm hoping you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it now because you need to navigate in Basecamp in order to understand it. Um, if I talk to you many times, it will never happen before you actually dive in and you go to base camp, keep on, navigating and practicing in base camp. That's the only way you will do it. Initially, of course, I was like you. I was frustrated because I was trying to figure it out, but now I'm hoping to make it easy for you. So, my first advice, whether you are a member, a base camp manager, ambassador, pathway guides, I highly recommend um, that you, of course, as a member, you navigate in base camp, but also the responsibility of being a base camp manager is very important for you to say, you know what, I need to help others. So I requested to take a role as a base camp manager so I would feel, responsible or obligated to learn it. So this is one advice I highly recommend. You cannot really be a pathway guide and teach something without diving in base camp. And I will tell you more about base camp. All right, so let's get started. You have heard this before. Why pathways? It's a tailored self-paced learning, and that's why you take an assessment or some questions. The system will ask you, why did, like, questions related to why did you join Toastmasters, so that the system will recommend to you a path. A path is a curriculum. It's very important in pathways that you understand the terms they are using. So let's say path, that's the curriculum. That's what you are learning. So if you want to be more confident, the system will recommend to you the highest option for you, a path, and the second and the third. And if you don't like what the system recommends for you, you're welcome to choose one of the other 7 paths. We have 10 paths. All right. So that's why we say it's tailored. It's flexible to choose the experience. You do it at your own pace. There are greater access to materials like videos, interactive quizzes, webinars, activities, online feedback from your colleagues. You get a chat room that after you give a speech, you get a feedback. And I will show you also more about this when I navigate my page in Basecamp, and tips and more than this. So also you learn new projects. We've never really knew how to create podcasts, blogs, online meetings like the one I'm doing now. All this is important new techniques, especially that we are in the internet era. And then real world applicability, communication and leadership scenarios. Like for instance, how to, when you go apply for a job interview, and you watch a video and you learn about this. When we used to have manuals, um, these options and experiences, you cannot really see it in a video. So please, I want you to be excited and happy with this new educational program. And of course, how to be a coach or a mentor, this is very important for our learning process. And more than this, the evaluation is much enhanced in pathways. Again, I'm not going to go into details. It may be helpful that you help the new members understand the old program. It was like the CC communication track and the leadership track, and you do them hand in hand until you get the highest level, the distinguished Toastmasters. And so this is the educational track. Like you start as a new member and then you end up as a DTM. And so in Pathways also the highest level you will achieve is still DTM. But these two tracks now have merged together. It became a one educational program. And for you to get to DTM, the educational piece of it is you have to complete two paths. So you will need to choose to complete two paths out of the 10 available paths. And of course, you do one path at a time. You focus on one. You want to do two paths simultaneously, you're welcome. But you will only have access to one free path. If you want the second path, you will need to pay $20 more. And of course, we're talking money has nothing to do with the $45 that we are paying for membership dues. Okay, so when you choose the two paths from the 10 available paths, that's not enough for you to be a distinguished Toastmasters. You still need to serve as a club officer, serve as a district officer, be a mentor or coach or sponsor. And we'll talk about this in one of the slides that I will show you. So what is a path? A path is your curriculum, and it's usually about 14 projects. So next come, what is a project? The word project, is it a speech? It's a little bit more than a speech. It has to include at least one speech. So what is a little bit more? It's the preparation for the speech, and it's after the speech. You assess your skills and you reflect. So it's a little bit more than a speech. A project is more than a speech, but it's not that much more. Pathways is nice because it allows you to prepare for your speech. I remember that when we had manuals, you just say, you come at the last minute, oh, there is one speaker slot available. You say, okay, I'm going to give the speech. And you don't really prepare for the speech. And you give the speech, and at the end, your colleagues who have the manual say, she didn't really follow or do any of what the manual is asking her to do. So she probably didn't read. For this, she didn't prepare. For the beauty of Pathways, you will prepare for your speech and you will really learn how to do it right. Okay, so what is a path? It's about 14 projects. We can say it's 14 speeches, but the project, as I mentioned, is a little bit more than a speech. Usually they are like 10 required projects and 4 elective. So how many in total Toastmasters projects in Pathways? Toastmasters have created about 59 projects. You don't have to finish all the 59. There will be elective projects you will choose from. All right, and I will show you my Basecamp so that you will try to imagine how it works. So if one path is 14 projects, two paths is 28 projects. To finish your DTM, the educational piece, it's just 28 speeches plus the preparation for these speeches. And that's a project. So we agreed we need to learn the terms of Pathways so that you will understand. When you talk, you say path, project, Basecamp. You need to learn the definition of these terms. All right, so I'm not gonna talk, you don't have to really know these numbers. That's how Pathways offers 300 competencies. Say, Mona, where are these 300 competencies? Well, call Toastmasters if you wanna really know it. I wouldn't really care much, but we're just showing you how much we are advanced in this curriculum, and you should be excited that you are learning better. And we mentioned that there are 59 projects. So this project is a little bit more than a speech, and they are based on 5 core values or core competencies. And these 59 projects are distributed in across 10 specialized learning paths. So you need to at least choose your free path. And this path will allow you to tailor your experience to fit your needs at work, at home, and you will do it at your own pace. So you don't have to really race and finish a path. Um, you need to take it slowly. And the internet part of Basecamp, I'm hoping that I will make it simple for you so that you don't get frustrated. And I will provide you with some tips of how to navigate Basecamp. The definition of Basecamp is coming. All right, so each path includes 5 levels built in complexity. So what does this mean? Level 1 and 2 are the easiest levels. So let's say level 1 is the it's equivalent, it's the icebreaker. It always consists of the icebreaker and how to evaluate and apply what you learned in evaluation. So then comes level 3, which is very unique to the path you chose. So if I am in effective coaching path and another person in another chose another path, the level 1, we will be doing the same. When it comes to level 3, it's very unique to the path you chose. And I will show you how when we get to this screenshot. All right, so for a path, 14 projects. So project, we said a little more than speech because there is some preparation and there is some reflection afterwards. And it's these 14 projects are distributed across 5 levels of difficulty. Some projects in a path are required and others are elective. So which one are really, do you think it's required? Which projects will be elective? So you would really expect, and you should guess, that the required projects are the easy ones. So at level 1 and 2. The elective projects will start from level 3. And why do they make it elective? So they will not force you to do a difficult project. You will have flexibility to choose. So you'll have tons of elective projects and you will choose from. And you know what? One of the elective projects, for instance, is active listening. How to really listen. I have a problem with listening. I talk more than listen. I need to learn how to listen. Guess what's the project of active listening? It's to be a table topic master. That's it. To serve in your club meeting, to be a table topic master. But it's not only this, the role as a table topic master, it's also the preparation before it and after. And I'm sure the seasoned Toastmasters who have been there for a long time, they understand this about table topics. And I'm hoping that you mentor new Toastmasters members. Okay, again, a path is complete when a member completes approximately 14 projects across 5 levels of difficulty. So here it's a combination of 10 required projects and 4 elective projects chosen from a comprehensive list of variety of subjects. And I will show you mine so that you will imagine how it goes. The details of my curriculum. And when I say curriculum, it's a path. Okay, so it's completely education. Okay, and a project can be more than just a speech because there is some online preparation. You watch videos, you do questionnaires, there are tips, you watch a webinar, Each project includes at least one speech given in a club or other environment. And of course, there is limitation of external talks outside your club. We'll talk about it. So what are the 5 core competencies? These are the 5 core competencies. If you notice, most of us have joined because of public speaking and to increase our confidence. And the second is interpersonal communication, like how to improve your communication. Like sometimes you say something, you don't mean it. Or maybe you are a public relation person, how to improve this communication. Or maybe people misunderstand you. Strategic leadership, this is one of the competencies, and management. So these are the 5 core competencies. And these are the 10 unique paths. You need to really look at these 10 paths and choose. Do I want, you only choose one because you have a one free path, unless that you are um, uh, a member of two clubs or more before it launches. Let me, so before we launch, you were a member of 2 or more. So these are the path again, and you at least choose one. Which one do you think you want to start with? And by the way, when you choose a path, you only have 30 days to return. After 30 days, you will not be able to return it. And actually, you get it from the shop of Toastmasters International. But also, you choose your first path after you do an online assessment. So you look at these paths, and this is a small, paragraph about each path. I want you to focus on this slide. Before you take the assessment, read about each path. Read about it and see which path you want to start with. For instance, many people like presentation mastery. Okay, and these numbers have a meaning, and it will help you choose your path. And then each path have, like a small icon, like even if I don't read dynamic leadership, if you see this flag icon with this, so you would remember, or by time we will know that this is the dynamic leadership path. Exactly, it's the logo of this path. Exactly like the Toastmasters logo. When we see it without reading Toastmasters, we know it's Toastmasters. These are logos for each path, okay? And we need to know about these numbers. So each path, 14 projects. Again, you need to finish at least 14. By the way, for 10 required projects and 4 electives, it could vary, of course, from path to path. All right, so here, what are these 5 levels? You don't really need to know this, but the learning masters really know what these are. Like mastering fundamentals, it's the basic level of learning, but demonstrating expertise is the highest level of learning. So level 5 is most difficult. So usually when you start the path, you start with level 1, which is icebreaker evaluation. Level 2, you will have an introduction to mentoring, for instance. All of us will take it at level 2. Level 3, when we start to have electives. Why? Because 3, 4, 5, it's getting more difficult. I really hate to use it more difficult because I am in level 3 and it's so easy. I'm sorry, it's not that difficult. Believe me. And so don't worry about it. So from level 3, 4, 5, we'll have something called required project, which is about one project, and you will have elective projects. All right, let me go back here. I think this 10 required project for elective. I think it's probably not really true. The required projects are less than 10, I think. You will see the path. You don't really have to remember this. Just dive in the path. And by the way, Basecamp, which is the learning management system, I will tell you about it soon. It's your mentor or coach of what to do next in your path. It will tell you next after you finish this, you will do this. And it's unlike the manuals when we used to finish, let's say, advanced communication bronze, and we didn't know, okay, what's the next step? Hey, do you know, you ask your member, do you know what's the next step? What manual should I buy to choose from? Yes, you go to Toastmasters International, but now, and ask them, what manuals am I supposed to work on? But now with this Basecamp, it's your coach. It will tell you what's next. Okay, so this is the beauty of pathways. Levels and projects. So as I told you, level 1, icebreaker, evaluation, feedback, researching and presenting. Level 1, if you take any of the 10 paths, we will all be doing level 1. And if you purchase 2 or 3 paths, every time you start a path, you will have to finish level 1. You will give your icebreaker many times if you have many paths. Level 2, introduction to Toastmasters mentoring, and you will do 2 required projects. There is no selection. They will tell you what to do. Level 2, if I'm in one path, you are in another path, we may be doing some stuff, some projects, the same common project, but also we may have different projects. These 2 required projects may be different. Level 3, it's very unique to your path. So the required project for when you reach level 3, it's very unique to the path you chose. Plus you do a minimum of 2 elective projects. And you serve as a topic master, Toastmasters and evaluator by the end of level 3. So this is how they merged the leadership track with the communication track. All right, so here 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, it's not really 10 required project. You really don't have to take it, exact. How many required, how many electives, don't worry. Just do what the program will tell you to do. All right, level 4 and level 5 is the highest. Usually you end your path with reflect on your path. You cannot go from one level to another without, at the end of each level, the VP of Education has to approve. All right, but within a level, you can work at any order of the projects, except for the icebreaker and reflect on your path project. These 2 projects, this has to be your start within level 1. This has to be your end within level 5, right? These are the 59 projects. I'm not gonna go over, like, say, icebreaker. You go ahead, pause and look at these projects. Most of these projects were in the traditional program, and they are now integrated in pathways. All right, some will be required, some will be elected. So which path are you gonna use? Or start with? Are you gonna start with presentation mastery, dynamic leadership, effective coaching? And I mentioned that the paragraphs are already in one of my first slides, read it. But also these have meanings. It's how much weight of the core competencies in each path. For instance, if you join Toastmasters because you need to improve your confidence, so if you notice, maybe presentation mastery is the one to go, because Here, one is public speaking. All of them focus on public speaking because that's what Toastmasters is about. But, but if you care about confidence also, you want to improve your confidence, why would you take presentation mastery? Because the weight will be 50-50. 50% towards public speaking, 50% towards confidence. Okay, so let's go here. Persuasive influence. It focuses heavy weighted on public speaking core competency. But number three here, strategic leadership. It weighs more than two, which is interpersonal communication. All right, so let's say here, strategic relationship. The heaviest weight is public speaker, then interpersonal communication, because this is if you want to be a public relation person or, to improve your communication. Three, strategic leadership. So whichever comes first is the weight of the path, weight of core competency in the path. So this will help you also decide which path, besides the assessment that you will take in Toastmasters in Basecamp. So what is Basecamp? It's the online learning management system. And what does it do? So it's exactly a common ground for many people to access your curriculum. The VP of Education, the Basecamp manager, you can also store evaluations, you can receive badges, you can receive transcripts. If you have an idea about Blackboard, online Blackboard, it's exactly the same. So it is management by many members. It's not only you like, okay, where is the VPE to sign my, manual? Or where is the evaluator to, take time during the meeting to fill my evaluation? He can fill it uh, electronically. So allows you store speeches and documents, allow you prepare for your speech. So you watch videos, webinars before the day of the meeting. So Basecamp is the online learning management system. It's the getaway to start your curriculum. And it saves a lot of your stuff. And by the way, when you finish a project or a level, you don't have to upload your evaluations. So you don't have to worry about uploading the evaluation. It will be nice if your evaluator, give you feedback, or if you have an evaluation that he filled by handwriting, you're welcome to upload it. All right, so it's a friendly tool, Basecamp. What your curriculum? What's the curriculum project? Curriculum is path, and it consists of, we said, 14 projects, approximately. Could be 13, could be 15, I don't know. I haven't gone through every path, but it's approximately 14 projects. If we really, roughly, it's 14 speeches, plus the work before and after the speech. Everything will be organized in one place. What's this place? That's Basecamp. It's the online. And by the way, if you're not computer savvy, you're welcome. You are welcome to do what? You are welcome um, to do the prints, but I highly recommend that you do the online, because if you have access to videos, if you have, you'll not be able to access videos and all these interactive activities if you start with prints. Besides, if you choose the online pathways, you will be able to print all this. So I really advise you don't start pathway, you don't say, I want to do the printed. The printed you can order later, but start as online access. So also say Basecamp for team management. It's not only the VPE or the Basecamp managers who will access your progress. but also Toastmasters International will be able to monitor your progress. There are tasks to do, and it's better accountability, and it allows collaborative management. We're repeating, right? Projects will get off the ground faster. You don't have to wait for somebody to write your evaluation or spend time during the meeting to write the evaluation. More productive, more resources. You can save your evaluations. You can upload your videos if your speech has been videoed. And Basecamp coaches you, guide you to your next educational step. And of course, it will teach you better mentorship, better evaluation, and you will know about this more when you dive in. So I'm just trying to help you start. All right. How about the club meeting experience? No change. Your club meeting, same time length, meeting roles, counters, everything is the same. Evaluations, you'll give your speech, 5 to 7 minutes, most of them. So there is no change whatsoever. Basecamp is free, pre-speech preparation, and post-speech, small reflection and assessing your skills and how did the project help you. And so how do you launch? Think about which path. Go back to my one of the first slides. Read about the 10, choose only one. Start with one. Log into Toastmasters if you international. If you forgot your login, you can click forgot password, click on the pathway tab, and then take the assessment. It's a wizard or a questionnaire about why you joined Toastmasters so that it recommends for you the best path. And if you don't like it, you can choose whatever path you want to start with. So this is the link of how to choose your path. Please click on it and start. Once you click on it, it will prompt you to log in. You will choose your path, and please choose the online format. Don't choose the printed format. You have 30 days only to change the path. You will log into Basecamp as a member. You log in as a member to start learning journey. Begin working in pathways, explore your profile, and add an image for yourself. Why you want to add an image means a photo. Upload a photo, because if you have several roles, if you have a role as a member, and then a role as a Basecamp manager, and then a role as a pathway guide, and then a role as evaluating your colleague, it's very important to see whose page is this. Is it your page or Jim's page? Or so you need to. It will help you to know where you are in Basecamp. Are you a manager or a member? So upload your photo, and hopefully you upload not your photo when you were 25 years old. I'm just kidding, of course. I did this. So my photo that you will see, it's like the 2011 photo. Now I'm not a really photo, I don't really look good at this age, but it's okay. Launch the icebreaker. So this is the level 1, and familiarize yourself with Basecamp. And keep on playing with it and navigating. That's the only way you will be comfortable with Basecamp. All right, I will stop here, and I will look forward for my second video. Thank you very much for attending.